Hi, welcome to SDS Photo Building tutorial. Today, let's see how to create an album design. Let's go to Start, click on Gym. Just wait for a couple of minutes before it loads. Create a new image for your album size. Change the resolution to 300 dpi. Set your size in inches. I would want a 30-inch by 12-inch page for my album. Okay, so here we have the album page. Now, let's change the background color. After selecting the color, I'm using an Alt backspace to fill it with my background color. Now, let's start by creating some shapes. Go to Layer, New Layer. Choose your size in inches. Make sure the layer is transparent. I'm selecting an 8 by 6 inch and filling this with a black color. So I'm choosing the color to a deep black, clicking on OK, and then giving an Alt backspace to fill it up. If you want to move the layer around, click on V and move it around. To duplicate this, I'm using a Ctrl J and moving it with a control to keep the alignment, and then another Ctrl J. Now I click on the layer and do a Ctrl T to scale the size a bit. Click on Scale and it's done. Click on V to come out and select the next layer. Do a Ctrl T, scale your image, move it around using V. Click on V, select the layer, do a Ctrl J, another Ctrl J. Okay, so now we have the basic template for the album. Let's select the pictures that we want to put into our album. I'm selecting all my images. And clicking on Open. So I have these images that come onto the very top of my screen. Okay, so let's select our image. Do a Ctrl A to select the image, a Ctrl C to copy the image, go back to our album template, select the layer on which we want to paste. So this is the shape that we want to paste on. Right click, go to Edit, Paste, or you can use a shortcut Ctrl V. Now, scale the image to the size you want. If you want to maintain the aspect ratio, click on the small button here. Use a V to move your image around to center it around. Let's go to the next layer. Which image do we want? Let's select this image. Do a Ctrl A, Ctrl C. We have copied it onto our clipboard. Go back here, select where you want to paste. You can paste using Edit, Paste, or a Ctrl V. Use a Ctrl T to scale your image. Let's select our next image. Ctrl A, Ctrl C, go back here, use a V before you select the layer. Now your layer is selected. Now do a Ctrl V. Okay, the layer is not selected. Let's undo. Use a V, select this layer, make sure it's selected over here. Yes, we have it selected. Now do a Ctrl V. Scale your image Center it around using the V. And this is done. Select your next layer. Do a Control A, Control C, Control V. Scale your image if required. This almost fits in. Do a V and click outside. Do a Control A, Control C, Control V. Scale your image using a Control T. Scale your image. And you're done. So now we have a basic album page made. Now let's see how we can change our background. Select the layer, the background layer. Open an image that has your background template. So I think we have enough backgrounds. Let's choose one of the backgrounds. Do a Control A, Control C. Go back to your main image. Make sure that you've selected the background and do a Control V. And here you have the background. If you want to scale the background, you can use a Control T and scale it around. Create the background as a new layer and push down this layer to the very end. So now let's see how to create a gradient background. Select on the gradient. Select the gradient that you would want. Create a new layer. And here you have a gradient background. So now we have either a gradient background or the pasted layer or the original background. Let's remove the original background. Let's see how to add clip arts to our album design. Let me scale down these two images a bit using Ctrl T so that our clip art would come there. Select the image using a V and then use a Ctrl T to scale down your image. So now let's open our clip art image using File, Open. Let me choose a flower. Open your image, do a Ctrl A, Ctrl C, copy it. Go back to your album design. Make sure that you are there on the background layer. Do a Ctrl V. Zoom out a bit so that you have the full image before you scale. Do a Ctrl T. Scale down your clip art. Make sure to hold the Control key while you scale if you want to maintain your aspect ratio. So here you can see the full album page that's been designed in a few minutes, which can be customized to all your needs. Hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.